'Tis I, Dungeon Master Wes, back at it again, spinning the tales of the Boundless Shores here with my friends. Let's take a crack at the order, and if I get it wrong, I get to kill your party.
Ooh.
Love that.
You know what? I'll just do it for you.
Nate.
No, we're dead.
Shit, we're all dead.
We don't.
Damn. Yeah! Alright,
Wes wins.
James is gonna read out the player order.
Let me make you big, actually, then we'll see what the order, if the order changes. What's the big guy? This is V, right here. This is Chris. This is Nate. This is Owen.
Hello.
And this is me. I'm just like moving the cursor all over it. It was funny.
And talking about James, it was his fucking birthday yesterday.
Ooh.
He is now
Hey.
old. Wait, are you in your roaring 20s now, James?
I am, yes, sir.
Oh. Owen, do you feel old yet?
The baby is in their 20s.
The baby is in his 20s.
Yes, I do. We're all officially old now.
Hey,
I'm
I'm only
almost
2
double
years
in
older
here.
than him.
Yeah, but they've
I
been
don't
hanging out
count.
with me since I was like 14.
Ooh.
Yeah.
James, do you remember way back meeting you for the first time at Tyler's?
Yeah, I think about that. Yeah. I would not.
I feel ancient.
I would not. I didn't look at you at that time and be like, "This is gonna be my best friend of all time." I did say, "Hey, this is a cool guy," but like, I wasn't like, "This is gonna be my best friend for all time."
Yeah, but think about the reverse of that. I'm looking at this fucking. I think you were 13 at the time.
Probably, yeah.
Because you just graduated grade 8. It was that summer, and you were gonna go to Southwood, and you already knew Tyler, and not to dox yourselves, but no one knows such school. No one watches our videos.
They don't know
what
where
you're
it
talking
is.
about. No one watches our videos.
No.
Well.
Anyways, sorry. While I have a midlife crisis, we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to James, but instead of in the worst voices possible, we're gonna all sing like that one overachieving choir kid who thinks they can solo but definitely shouldn't.
Let me hear them riffs.
Mm-hmm. Oh Jesus!
You all know what we're talking. We all know about who we're talking about.
All volume, no
like what type of people and like what type of singing they do is like "Happy Birthday."
This is gonna be
You know, like that kind of.
Okay,
right.
I got you now.
No promises.
Ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Happy birthday
Yeah.
Happy
Happy birthday, dear James.
Happy
birthday to
you.
Oh my God.
That was very funny to listen to. I'll tell you that right now.
That was amazing.
That's going to be painful for both those on audio and on video.
Yep.
Hope you had an amazing
I'm going
day.
to cry listening to this back. I listened to every episode back while I'm at work, and I'm gonna have to take a whole moment listen.
I didn't even get to hear that for some reason. I saw the thing pop up, but it didn't like make a noise for me. I wonder if that's a setting that I have to change.
It should be on the same audio output track as everything else.
Oh, then I don't know. I didn't hear it. Maybe the. Yeah, I don't hear that. I see the symbol, but it doesn't.
Oh, that's weird.
That's too bad.
It's sad.
It is sad.
Give me a ribbit
Do we have a ribbit?
I don't think we have a ribbit.
or whatever that.
The duck?
The duck. That's what it was. It was the duck,
Wait,
not a frog.
control.
That's a pig.
All right.
I don't. I
What?
can't even hear
There
it
is
when
no
Does-
pig.
I
Can
do.
anyone
Hold
recap
on.
last session in 3 minutes?
Why is it working?
I did it last week.
Come on, we can speed run recap.
Oh, I think it's working now. Sorry.
I'm
All
trying to
right,
remember.
all right. We started off at the place, the manor, and Chris did some stuff with the genies and whatnot. That was cool. We got us some living wood, I think it's called. And then we talked to we did a couple just cool like role play things, you know. Calduin had some nice moments with Milo and the training grounds. Peter and Yonatan did some training as well. Tobin hung around. Orgolan did some stuff probably. Nothing super important. And then we met up for breakfast with like Gwaine and Vidal and Kirky, and we just had a little bit of a chat there. Was there anything super important I should mention? Hey, who's cricketing me right now? It might have been my sound effects just like coming through.
Knees went to not
Oh
Knees.
yeah, Nees is
Mr.
living with the
Kirky
dragon.
went to the fairies.
Yeah, Mr. Kirky's
No,
gonna go
Mr.
talk to
Kirky's
the...
going to visit the fairies, but I think that's it.
Yeah.
I traumatized Milo.
Yeah,
Traumatizing Milo
was
again
traumatized because he made him feel
for
like
the
a
40
human.
millionth time. I won't forgive you for that.
And then we pretty much just set out on our way because we had places to be. We went to Erast. To do so, we headed up to Lulara again, I believe, and then from Lulara we took the flying, like, I don't know, something. It's
A rail glider. So it's like, imagine a train, but more magical and not called a train because,
It's a rail glider. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm doing the thing so I can still be big. I'm the big one because you're singing me happy birthday. But, and then so we got on the railway, and my boy Leon, who's the lesser dragon servant of Tyrael, came and told us that, or told me, I guess, Tobin, that he should go to the meeting with Tyrael and all of her spawn because my say matters and it may help unite some of them or whatever. And that's pretty cool. So, but that's in like a week, and we have to get to Erast and do our stuff. Did we arrive in Erast?
We just arrived.
at the end of the session, you were just about to arrive.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure. Just about to arrive in Erast, and I think that's all the major stuff.
The bubonic stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Bubonic's dying.
He's sick.
Very sad. It's puking up stuff that's not that we initially thought was related to when Yonatan was puking up stuff when he was like Barnaton. But it's not. It's more related to Jessima, which is kind of scary because she shouldn't have any power. We're speculating that maybe because the darkness is like out and about a little more, that Jessima is able to get some of her power back despite being sealed away. We have some people going to check on the tower seals and whatnot. But let's not let Bubonic die because that'd be lame. I think that's about it.
All right. As the rail glider glides towards the sprawling city of Erast, you see out of the windows of this burgundy and gray carriage of this rail glider. You see out the windows the sprawling industrial town, very boxy gray buildings billowing smog into the air. You see the city itself is spread out like a Venn diagram, where to the western side is where all the industrial plants are mainly located, and on the other circle is where all the residential houses are kept, and in the center of this Venn diagram is the largest market within the Boundless Shores, known as the Emperor's Rift. As the rail glider hums towards its destination, does the Adainaul have anything to say to each other after the events of the trains take place and the foreboding Erast awaits?
I guess I'll just fill everybody in on what happened with Leon. Or I guess he's still stuck here too for now until we actually stop. But I'll be like, I'll kind of just as we're able to like walk around and stuff because the train's slowing down. I'll be like, hey guys, we gotta. I just need to give everyone's a heads up. We obviously we got to figure out what's going on here, but we may want to do it quickly as there is apparently a meeting coming up with Tyrael and all of her children that is likely going to be very important since Tyrael wants to get them to fight on our side and we need all the support we can get. And Leon here, if you guys may have met him when he was a dragon. Now he's just a dude, but like he's still a dragon, so be respectful. He said that I should be there, and obviously I don't want to leave you guys on your own. So if we can, the meeting's in a week where the glacier trials were held, so we need to hopefully make quick work of Eris so that we can be on our way. All
Sounds
right.
good.
I don't see this being a problem.
Okay. Because I think the quickest way we can do it. How long did you say that would probably take, Wes? Like 4-day travel time? I can't remember. You said there was one way that was quicker that shouldn't be 6 days.
The quickest route is exactly 6 days.
So we can only spend 1 day here?
No, the trial's held in 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought you said 1 week. Okay. My bad. 2 weeks. We're good.
2 weeks.
Cool. So yeah, let's make sure we're not here for more than a week, but I'm sure we should be okay.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Oh, this is going to be hard for me. Look at all those lovely markets.
Yeah,
The
where
industry.
exactly does the I keep
Hearts
wanting
of
to call
flutter.
I keep wanting to call it a tram, but it's a glider train.
Rail
I don't know.
glider. But I wouldn't get offended if you said tram, because I keep wanting to call it a tram too.
Where did we end up like landing? Like which part of Eris? I can't remember what you said.
Its destination is towards the Emperor's Rift.
Oh, okay. So it
Right in
starts
the
like
center.
right in the middle. Perfect.
Yeah. Alistair, if there's any other city that you've frequented the most, it is Erast. Especially in your prime days whilst living in Port Jira, the two cities you probably most frequented were Elra and Erast, for its multitudes of multicultural means of production and materials.
Truly a cosmopolitan city. The height of true culture, technology, Enterprise! And over there is some living quarters.
Not everyone
As
can afford a
the-
hole. They have to live somewhere.
Well, until they can afford such a luxurious hole as mine, I shall certainly tolerate the existence of the sprawling urbanites.
Oh, he's in trouble. I'm not going to put it on break. We can watch this.
At this point, Alistair once again takes out his letter to review it.
Yes. Good.
Dear Alistair Greycliffe of Greycliffe Industries, greetings. I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing on behalf of the Royal Automation Industries of the Darien Empire, or RAID Limited. I am writing in regards to the matrix you developed in our Generation 2 Titan mechs, employed by the Darien Vanguardian forces. We've had a few incidents of our engineers and technicians cannot debug the issue. To be more specific, as you know, the mechs are operated by the pilots, only using the matrix to keep the systems running properly. The mechs seem to be acting of their own accord and lashing out at our pilots, engineers, and civilians. And our diagnosis found it could be caused by a malfunction in the matrix. If you could find the time in your schedule to help us, we can be found in Western Erast in the RAID plant, Building 4. Many thanks, Ilias Finnegan, head engineer at RAID Limited. RAID Limited is a division of Hatchco family.
All right. So, West Harris it is then. Did we want to check out this like big market area first?
There are some lovely things that I would love to pick up for supplies here. This is one of the few major importers of Cinnabril, a rare compound that's a combination of cinnabar and also beryl gems, which is incredibly useful for binding purposes.
I have no issue with a little wandering around.
Cool.
The rail glider slows to a stop towards, as you look out the window, a bustling platform full of various civilians of all shapes, colors, and sizes preparing to board the rail glider as you all collect yourselves and make your way, off of the rail glider carriage. Alistair, you are met with a very familiar face as you see a impatient and frustrated looking Jen. As she taps her lime green feet, ethereal feet on the pavement as her rosy cheeks, her rosy cheeks, the color has kind of expanded across her whole face as she seems quite fuming. Where have you been?
Well, I figured that you wouldn't want to be called upon inside the middle of a rail system, so I figured that it was best to handle things after our arrival.
I tried for hours to summon to you to get this fucking over with. How long do you expect me to wait for you? I am not your servant.
Well, the eldritch weave that demands that you come to my aid at this time would probably argue otherwise, but nevertheless, let us go ahead and tend to our needs.
You, as you say this, you kind of hear like a small crack of thunder as her translucent lime green aura kind of becomes a little bit more cloudy as she grows a little bit in size. I am not your servant.
We can agree to disagree at this time.
I would kill you if I could.
If
What
it-
is it you desire this time, my liege?
I'm thinking 7 cubic feet of serene wood would make for a wonderful addition to the materials collected so far.
No,
Uh-oh.
no.
And may I inquire as to why?
I don't feel respected. So I'm striking!
Well, that would go against the terms of our contract, wouldn't it?
The terms of your contract, fuck you.
So what I'm hearing is that we're much better off just leaving you rebound inside of a planar circle.
I will stand here as long as it takes until you apologize and you ask nicely.
My dear aquamarine woman, I would appreciate it from the bounds of my heart if you were to aid me with all of your incredible artisan prowess in giving me serene wood in the volume of 7 cubic feet.
No.
And why
Tell
this
me I'm
time?
pretty first.
My dear,
Tell me I look pretty.
you are as indigo as the depths of the oceans, and certainly as vast in character.
Well, now that you say that, I might find it in my schedule to help you. It is in your hole.
Ah,
We
magnificent.
shall speak tomorrow. Goodbye. She vanishes in a lime plume of smoke as you look around and see curious and shocked bystanders all kind of staring in your direction.
What? Never seen a genie dealing before? Come on, guys.
Words are free. I profited from this deal.
So, show us what's cool, Alistair. Now that that's out of the way.
Well, we should probably start by trying to make sure that we establish at least some place to rest for the evening, because knowing the bustle of this place, we're probably going to be hedged to the very outer limits of the city if we don't act quickly.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Best to reserve. So, after that, we can go ahead and visit the markets, and I'll make sure that I'm making arrangements to announce to Raid that we've arrived.
alrighty. Let's let us find an inn then.
Alistair, what tavern did you frequent the most when you came here on your journeys? You'd probably be a decent regular. What tavern did you often go to?
Well, normally I tried to keep a fairly low profile in order to make sure that my wares were largely uh, went unseen by most of the more commonplace elements, so that way I wasn't going to just get mugged in a side street. I
Yeah,
seem to
but
recall that.
your connections.
Yes, I recall that there was a magnificent little place that had an included deal for warm baths available. I believe it was called the Mended Drum.
Man, if only I didn't break character there. Um,
Bro likes
yeah,
his drums
as
unmended.
Alistair, you lead your compatriots, weaving between market stalls and the bustling streets, towards and it's gone again.
The mended drum.
The mended drum. As you see the logo glowing with an arcane light. It's a drum with two drumsticks, with one pounding on the skin and the other one pierced right through.
Believe it or not, initially it was called the Broken Drum, but over the course of time, they actually decided to rebrand it.
Damn,
They mended the
good for
drum.
them.
Yes.
Probably new owners or something.
Well, it just goes to show that the quality of an establishment can sometimes be told just by how long it manages to last inside of a cutthroat industry.
Exactly, and this is one of the probably more famous one, but you're really close with the owners that you have a little bit of sway, as well as always have a procured spot in their supply room in order to keep any goods that you'd be shipping out. As you walk into the mended drum and hear a blast of a lively band of lutes and rhythmic drums as it's very, very serene as you walk in. Beautiful, lush browns and purples and greens, and the roaring fires, as well as the accents of orange, really fire this place to life as you walk in to the L-shaped bar that surround most of the back interior, with the multitudes of circular tables filling up the space, as well as a hallway leading to a ascending staircase to the upper floors towards their inn rooms.
Wow, live music.
As the Adai now will step through the lavish double doors as they turn the knobs, hit with the live music.
Huh. Can you remember the last time we've been to a tavern with live music? It's quite
I
nice.
recall Yonatan doing drag.
Ah, yes, that's right. That was
Yes. Fun times.
yeah.
It's
I still
important
had
to
my
have
mask back then.
It's important to have a
Peter was
lively
still
venue
tiny.
in order to handle any kind of business proposals.
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I'll go ahead and speak to the to the innkeep rather.
Do what you gotta do.
Do we want to go sit down then?
Yeah, it
By
sounds
all
like a
means.
good idea.
Go find a table for 5 of us? 6 of us?
6 of you.
6. Thank you.
You make your ways towards the table. Alistair, a familiar, middle-aged, lavender tiefling male, walks up to you. He's got a dusty apron on, and underneath black clothing as he walks up. What can I get for you? Alistair,
The one and only.
it's been quite a while. You
Oh,
remember me,
you're not.
right?
Yes. It's been quite some time indeed. I've started to make more visits across the world, and I've recently came back in order to handle more business, I'm afraid. So, tell me, are there still rooms available for the night here?
For you? We're all booked up if anyone asks. How many do you need?
5 beds.
5 beds. Are you looking to save some money this time, Alistair, or are you feeling a little bit more lavish?
I think that we can afford to scale up a little bit.
Excellent. So that'll be a gold for you this time. Just to knock the price down, and between you and me, buddy, that private room's yours. Yeah, the upper level, the one with the nice windows.
Ah, magnificent. Puts 3 gold on the counter. I always appreciate the good quality of service that I always find here.
And I appreciate your deep pockets, my friend. Well, drinks around the house. Order whatever you'd like.
All right. Well then, I'll head back over to the circular table that I know is gathered around.
Were you able to score us some rooms?
We do have the private suite.
Wonderful.
But keep it quiet that we managed to score a room here because they've got a reputation for having select clientele, and normally if one simply walks in, then we're going to be met with a bit of a challenge.
Right.
As
Love
he's
it.
saying this, you see a group walk in as they begin to discuss with the lavender tiefling, as a dwarvish man pounds his fist on the bar, and he goes, "What? Are you kidding me? I've traveled here for 6 days, and you're telling me you don't have a room? You fucking swine! Taking my business elsewhere!" As they storm out the door.
Oh,
Damn,
hi.
you were kidding.
We'll be sure to keep it quiet.
They can afford to be select with their clientele.
Right. So what time is it, Wes?
It would be getting on to about 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock now.
Oh, perfect. So do we want to do some shopping and then spend the night here and and then go attend to your business with raid tomorrow?
Well, for what it's worth, our drinks and food are covered for this evening, so why don't we have an early dinner and then we can hit the market for what remains.
All right.
Sure, that works.
The Adi now will order and eat. Is there any discussions that happen during this conversation, or do we fast track to shopping?
Well, I guess now that we're on solid ground and all able within earshot, do you have any solid plans for what we're gonna do with Beckett? Or what we're gonna do with what the fuck is the bird's name? I want to call the bird Yonatan.
Bubonic?
Bubonic.
Bubonic.
Yeah, it's because of the B. I kept get. That's why I almost called it Beckett too. But anyways,
I didn't help myself with my name.
yeah, Beckett and Bubonic. Um, yeah.
I don't know. I'm honestly gonna keep monitoring his symptoms. I'm hoping they don't get worse and that everything is fine with the person Kay sent to go check. But other
Right.
than that, I genuinely don't know what to do with him.
Perhaps consider visiting some of the healers?
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, if nothing else, it might buy them a little bit more time if there's an issue that we cannot immediately tend to.
It's a fair
Yeah,
point.
I guess
And
there's a part of me that wants to do it myself and be a good mother.
if it's some sort of
Sometimes you need to put that ego aside.
Mm-hmm.
naturally, it's
It's the doctor in me.
from Jeshima, so it's some sort of magical darkness. Perhaps there's some sort of healer that has a spell that may be powerful enough to purge it.
Yeah, I might
Or,
look around while we're out in the markets.
or purge Jeshima's link to him.
Yeah, that too. Or
My only
for that
concern with
matter,
that
your link
is
to Jeshima. with the.
My only concern with both of those is it kills one of us, but
Oh,
yeah.
I could try using that neutralizing poison spell that I used with the
the
that
dragon that breathed on
Yeah,
us.
I don't think this is poisoned.
No, this isn't poison. It's like a curse.
Mm.
So you're worried that it will possibly kill. Was bubonic, like bubonic was from Jeshima?
Bubonic was a creation of Jeshima's.
Oh,
Quote
I
me if I'm
see.
wrong, Wes. Or stop me if I'm wrong, but
Sort of like, yeah, that's unfortunate. Um,
hmm I do understand that like there is a chance I'll lose him. I knew that going into putting Jeshima in that tower, but
well,
I'd rather not if I can.
bubonic's been a valued teammate so far, so I think all of us
Mhm.
are uh eager to help him to the best of our ability.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Similarly, there is a matter that I need to tend to over inside of the west end of the city in order to let them know that I've arrived. Would anyone mind trying to stop by the markets to buy about 50 pounds of iron for me?
50 pounds
I'll
of iron.
I'll happily lend you the pit so that way it can be less of a burden to carry along if with any other shopping that's done.
Um, yeah, I suppose I could stop and get some iron. Just
Excellent.
is there like a local blacksmith I should talk to, or is there somewhere to buy the raw material? What do you
In
need?
all honesty, I plan on refining it
So
myself,
raw
so
material?
raw material is fine, even if it's just like a pile of 50 pounds of pig iron where it's
Yeah.
completely scattershot and that's fallen off of the forge. I It doesn't need to be a refined ingot, but nevertheless, typically as a trade good, it's about a silver a pound. So I'll go ahead and I'll leave you 10 gold if it's all the same, just to be on the safe side in case they decide to tack on a couple of additional profits for themselves.
Right. Well, you know what? I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can go talk to a blacksmith and see if they have any pig iron that isn't of use to them if you have the facilities to refine it yourself. But
In all truth, I'm just going to end up fabricating it into a single ingot anyway.
oh, okay. So, well, I will what do you need a 50-pound ingot for?
For furthering my evil plans, of course.
That's a big ingot.
Yes, I figure that it should be able to produce about 14,400 individual nails.
Okay.
Building a sturdy deck there.
Hmm, if only.
Well, I'll
If
see what I
only.
can do.
Very good. Well, like I said, here's 10 gold. That should cover the cost of up to 100 pounds if they're going by standard trade fare. But if they end up charging you more, then know that if as long as you approach it confidently, you'll at least gain reputation inside of the city as being in good company for trade.
Very well. Well, I don't see myself having any trouble procuring iron. I've gone on plenty of uh journeys to get materials with my father, so.
Excellent.
And what are the rest of you guys getting up to? Anything you guys are looking for?
I'll just tag along until something jumps out at me.
Fair enough. Well, everybody make sure you keep an eye out for anything that seems like it could help with Bubonic's predicament. If you see anything that looks like how, like, if you see any stalls or whatever that might have the type of healer we need,
Even a
or
back alley.
yeah, I'm sure there's someone that can at least help us, like Alistair said, prolong it until we can do some more permanent action.
Hmm.
I have a few ideas as to searching more quickly and efficiently as well, if need be.
So is bubonic technically a familiar or just like a magical creature?
It's a familiar.
Okay. I'll also maybe see what books I can find on familiars in general, because what I was reading, I read of in Galathar's book, I read about his familiar. Does anybody remember what Galathar's familiar was?
Uh,
For all you campaign wonders, even though it's just me. Oh,
it was a ferret.
Was it?
Was it not a ferret?
I don't know. That's why I'm
No, that
asking.
was someone else.
I feel like it.
Oh,
It
you
could have
don't
just been
remember?
a raven.
Okay.
I feel like it was just a raven.
It might have honestly just been a raven.
Because I'm pretty sure I did the same idea with like looking through its eyes so that I could. I can't remember what
Yeah.
his name was. But anyways, back to Tobin. I read through the book that Galathar gave me about his process in summoning a familiar, and since I seem to possess similar magic, I definitely at some point want to attempt to divine myself a familiar. So maybe if I can find a book that talks about them a little bit more, we can see if there's a way that maybe we can transfer the magic in a way, instead of bubonic being imbued with Jeshima's magic, switching it to maybe somebody else's magic, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
something that could possibly work. I just feel like we won't know until we do some research on the topic.
Hmm. Anything is an option at this point. So I'm just throwing darts at the wall at this point,
Yeah.
honestly.
Well then.
Healing darts at the wall?
Hmm? Yeah. All my healing darts at the wall.
All right. Let's.
And with that, as the Ade now will eat and discuss, we're gonna go on our first break of the evening.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
After a very nourishing and replenishing meal, the Ade now will step out of the mended drum and into the sporadic, wild marketplace of the Emperor's Rift. As Alistair, you're walking along for with the party for a little bit before you want to slip out, but you keep hearing this weird beeping sound.
The letter's a bomb.
Beep.
I'm glad we all thought
Beep.
the same thing.
This letter
Beep.
will now self-destruct.
That's strange.
As you look down on your arm and you're reminded of the arcane bracer that Mr. Kiriki gave to you, as one of the gems seems to be glowing. Beep,
Oh yeah.
beep, beep, beep.
I give the gem a
Beep.
poke.
It seems to be pointing in the eastern direction towards the residential side of Erast. Beep.
Yeah, convenient. I'm guessing it's probably like a compass then. Excellent. Well, I think I've got an idea as to where I'm going, so I think that yeah, we're good to part ways for now. At least for now.
Were we all there when Kiriki explained how that worked, or did he just say it to?
Yep.
Okay. I would say maybe don't go towards whatever that's beeping at until we can all go together. Because wasn't that, remind me if I'm wrong, wasn't that have to do with like darkness activity?
Yep.
Yeah. So you go ahead and tell them you're here if you want, but I would suggest we don't go towards that until we can all go together.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like that idea.
Well, then I'll at least try to sign in over at Raid to set up a appointment for tomorrow.
Perfect. Yeah, let's meet up back in front of the, or let's meet back at the tavern, and then we can go investigate that after we're all done shopping.
Sounds good.
And so, can I have the hole for
Oh, absolutely.
storing the iron? Perfect. Cool. All right. I guess we'll be off.
All right. Oh, actually, before that happens, unfold the hole. Lavender, come on out.
Yeah, kitty, kitty.
Let my three-headed Lescalor pop out for being my personal escort. Okay.
Perfect.
And here you go.
Wonderful. I'm gonna grab
Because I know better than to wander off solo without having at least some form of impression to not step out of one's comfort zone.
that. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, let's meet back here in a couple hours. So,
So, in front of the tavern, you mean? Oh,
yeah. Oh,
Or-
yeah, sorry. I forgot. Yeah, in the front of the tavern.
very good. Well then, we'll meet back at the Mended Drum.
Okay. All right. So I'll be off to go find a. I'm gonna start by finding a blacksmith. It's an excuse to look at cool weapons and figure out where to get some iron.
I think I might come with you and just wander
Yeah, you're
and look
welcome to
for
come with me.
somebody for bubonic.
You're welcome to join me till you find something interesting, because I believe that was Owen's plan as well, or Golan's plan as well. And Jonathan, do you know what you're gonna get up to?
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and find. I'm gonna go try and find like a magic item stall.
Okay, you gonna go on your own?
Yeah, I think I'll be good on. Me and Peter will be good on our own.
Sounds good. All right, see you guys in a few hours. So yeah, I'll be off to a blacksmith.
Off we go.
Throw something at him.
As the party, you guys begin to meander your way through the various markets. This is a very crowded marketplace. You guys have to dodge and kind of even like force your way through a few crowds. As you come across a metal vendor, you see an orcish man kind of covered in soot and metal dust as he's kind of banging away on a anvil as he forges some metal.
What's he making?
He doesn't. You can't really tell what he's making at this point. He seems to be just flattening an ingot into a long rod.
All right. Does he have any stuff for sale like that's visible, or is he just
Yeah, he's got a few weapons and armor hanging, as well as he's got a few like a selection of various metals and ingots to purchase.
noise? I'm just gonna look at the weapons for a minute while I'm waiting for him to finish what he's doing and notice that he has customers. I'm not gonna like rush him out of his thing, because it's also an excuse to just look at cool blades. Anything interesting, or just like standard like swords and
Just lots of standard mass-produced stuff. There's nothing really fancy that catches your eye, as most of you kind of realized wandering through the market, is that there's not a lot of directly arcane-related stuff. You don't see a lot of mages, you don't see a lot of scrolls, and it seems to be a lot more modern here.
Just hate this perception that magic can't be modern. No, I'm kidding. I get what you're saying. Yeah. So after noticing that there's nothing really like there's no soul in this work, I'm just gonna be like, excuse me, sir.
Oh, sorry, hello.
Hi. I was wondering if you or if you may know a vendor that will be able to sell iron. Sell any sort of iron. It doesn't really matter what form. We're perfectly capable of refining it. Just need about 50 pounds worth of iron. Or I suppose enough to make 50 pounds worth of iron.
50 pounds worth of what? Yeah, I think I can get that for you. It'll be about 10 gold.
10 gold. That seems pricey. What was it? 10 silver. How much did you say it usually is?
1 silver a pound.
1 silver a pound. Yeah, so 50 should be fine. You need 10 gold? That's come on, man. You and I both know that's above market price. That's ridiculous. You're charging me double.
Oh, I wouldn't say double. But, if you'd like, I could knock it maybe down to 7.
I couldn't, I possibly couldn't do more than five gold, 5 silver. Dude, come on. I worked in one of the finest forges in Blackmere. I know what iron goes for.
You worked at a Scorch Town.
Yeah, Riemann Family
Where are you
Forge.
from? Raymond. Raymond. Shit. Roll me a,
What, you want
diplomacy
diplomacy?
check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. You gonna help me out today, Mr. Dye? Let's see, which one do we ought to use? Oh, I got too much shit in my rolling drawer these days. Okay, not using that one. Oh, we're using that one. Come on, that's not bad. Diplomacy. Diplomacy. Where is it? Right there. That's gonna be 18.
Raymond. I should have recognized you immediately. You look just like your dad.
So,
Alright. 5 gold, 5 silver.
5 gold, 5 silver. See, yeah, that's a reasonable deal, and I'm doing you a favor, giving you a bit above market there. So I'll hand him 5 gold. I'll hand him 6 gold. I'll be like, thank you for being honest, even if it took you a minute.
My regards to your dad.
Yes, and what's your name?
Fiar.
Fiar. Fitting name for a blacksmith.
Aye.
Alrighty.
Pounds his chest.
Thank you very much. I think I'll be on my way now.
Have a grand day.
You as well.
Is his like black? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just thinking of what to say.
Okay. Is his like blacksmithing area just like an open stall in a market? Like if I were to like not hover around, but like stay around Tobin, but also like looking around to see if I can see any magical healers or anybody like that who could help with my bubonic situation.
There's a few like health related stalls, but not to the degree that you're looking for. There's not a lot of magic users in this city that you find.
Right. Are there any sketchy alleyways?
Roll me a search check.
Because we're just gonna fall on Beckett's being sketchy situation. Sorry, what am I rolling?
Search.
Thank you. 14.
14. Yeah, there's an alleyway. It's kind of with the setting sun. It's kind of darkened a little bit. You see, it's kind of filled with a few crates and trash cans.
And this is how you lose a kidney.
Hey, I'd sell my entire heart for this bird. I'm kidding, by the way, not actually.
It would have to be someone else's heart, right?
Yeah, I'll find another body and take its heart.
I was gonna say, how could you be so heartless? But
Yeah, I'd kill for this bird. Can I tell from?
That was for Owen's joke.
Oh, okay. I was like, ouch, man. Okay.
Don't worry, we care about the bird.
Can I tell? I don't want to go down the alley, but can I tell from where I'm standing if there's people and if they are magic people like me?
She's profiling.
As
I'm
you
profiling.
as you move closer to the alleyway, you do see a figure, kind of sitting on a crate, hunched over. You can't really get a good look at them to determine who or what they are.
Mm. Do I want to have a sketchy drug deal? That's the question. um. Hmm.
Is your bird worth it?
I don't know. Can I sense motive from here? Like, just try to like get a vibe off of them?
You just see the figure. You can't get any vibe off of them. They're too shrouded in the shadows. You'd have to approach.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll go for it. Why not? Yeah, I'll walk down the alleyway towards them.
You walk towards the alleyway. As you approach the figure, they jerk their head up. As you see a shriveled, very pale, skinny, elvish man dressed in a dirty brown trench coat with the head with the hood over his head. As you approach, he looks up. Hi.
Hello. Sorry if I startled you.
Hey. You are you looking for some glimmer? Fresh off the market. As he opens his coat, as he strokes his long, slender, bony fingers across multiple jars hanging in his jacket, filled with a glittery golden substance. Fresh synthetic glitter.
I know what glitter or glimmer is, right?
You'd know what glimmer is.
Okay. Out of character, what is glimmer?
So
assuming it's a drug.
glimmer is glimmer. Pure glimmer is a natural drug that came from the Fey realm. It was brought back into the Boundless shores and was then synthesized, and so it tastes of whatever you desire most, and it's one of the more sought after drugs because you can control the high that you have with it.
Right.
But it's dangerously addictive in its synthetic form.
I'm assuming it wouldn't help my situation then.
Definitely not, unless you're looking for an escape.
No. My apologies, sir. I thought you might have something I needed, but sadly, glimmer is not what I needed today.
No glimmer today.
No.
You see his
Oh, God.
hand flash towards the back of his into his pocket as he brandishes a knife. Well, do you have any gold for me?
None I'm willing to give you. I'm just standing there holding my cane.
I got you and take your gold now.
Feel free to try. I'm honestly not in the mood, dude.
Give me what's in your pocket now.
No.
He's going to sloppily dash forward and try to make a strike against you.
Cool. I will try to dodge, I guess. Do I have to roll anything?
He
A total defense
weakly
action will give you +4 AC. So dodging in this
as
case.
you take a side step back as it weakly stabs forward as it nowhere near hitting you.
Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna go about my day. Have a great day.
It's more where that came from.
Sure.
Give me your gold.
No. I'm just gonna not turn my back, but I'm gonna walk away.
I think he's just more kind of stunned about that whole transaction that he just stands there holding his knife forward as he watches you walk away. Mutters to himself, slaps himself in the face, and sits back down.
I'll catch back up with Tobin and Orgolan. Everybody get what they needed?
Yeah, I've got what I need. Orgolan, did you need to look around some more?
Nothing here is really catching my eye at the moment. Maybe if we circle back after helping Alistair with his uh little thing, then
Beep,
might have a closer look.
beep, beep,
Beep,
Beep.
beep, beep,
beep,
It is literally just a
Beep.
bomb at this point.
Is
beep.
Did he not go a different? Like, is this just happening to Alistair? I don't like. Did he not go a separate way than us?
I thought you told him to not pursue anything,
We told
and
it.
I don't
Well,
think he left.
we told him to go check in with Raid, but not to pursue
Yeah.
chasing that
Oh,
noise.
I split off with Lavender to go to the raid
right,
facility.
right. You split up with Lavender. Sorry about that.
No worries.
As you head out of the Emperor's Rift down into the industrial section, the tall industrial plants billowing dark smog into the skyline above the streets feel very narrow and claustrophobic. There are lots of machinery around or loading into carts as you see a robotic lift lifting a crate into a horse-drawn cart as you see the driver whip the reins as they drive off as the lift begins to walk back in towards the plant.
Automated block and tackle systems. Always fun. Well, I hop onto the back of Lavender. I think it's about time that we take to the air, dear.
Lavender begins to take off.
Now, I believe... Yep, the letter said that it needs to be over at Building 4 of the raid building. It's been a few years since I was this way. I mean, this was one of my early projects after I graduated, so... But I think it was down inside of the... Was it northwest? I'll probably get a better vantage anyway from the sky anyway.
Do you have knowledge local or search?
I
You don't have
probably have to
knowledge
go,
local. Give me a search check.
I'll probably have to go with the search then. Let's see. Search. 15 plus 4, so that is 19.
19. Yeah, as you take to the skies, a bit of confusion as you look around. You find target on your destination as Raid is one of the bigger industrial plants taking up the majority of one block.
All right, Lavender. If you could take me down along that street, I'll need to land gently, please.
As Lavender begins to descend, a little bit rockier. It tries to beat its wings and try to land softly. It gets down without a hitch, but accidentally clips a back claw on a crate as it kind of stumbles forward a little bit onto the street, carrying the crate wide open. As metal ingots kind of slide out and they clink, clink, clink.
Oh dear. I'll step over to the crate, try to reassemble the ingots to back within the form, and then try to cast mending on the crate to close it back up.
You stack the ingots back up and mend it without a hitch as you see a worker walk over and go, "Oh, thank you."
My responsibility in the first place. Could you point me in the direction of Building 4 for raid?
Building 4. Yeah, that building, that's 3, and just right beside it, down a little bit, that's down that street, will be Building 4.
Perfect. Much appreciated.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I grab Lavender by her harness and start to walk back over to Building 4.
As you approach the large industrial building, the large number 4 sat above the doorway. The door seems a little bit too small for Lavender to fit through.
Lavender, be a dear and sit here. I shall be back in a few moments. And head inside.
You purge your way through the door as you see a small reception area with a young halfling girl sitting behind the desk. She seems to be writing in a scroll.
I approach the desk casually and wait to see if I'm addressed.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
Good evening. I'm looking to make an appointment with Ilias Finnegan. He's, as I understand, the primary contact that I need to be in touch with.
Oh, Alice, yeah, he's unfortunately left the office for the day. He'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Excellent. Would it be possible to set an appointment with him?
Of course. Could I have a name for the appointment?
Alistair Greycliff of Greycliff Industries.
Greycliff. Oh, yep. No, yep. You're immediately cleared. Yep. No need to set an appointment. Just show up whenever he's in office, and he'll be ready to have a conversation with you. He
Delightful.
left me a note.
Ah,
I'll make sure I leave that posted up for tomorrow morning.
excellent. Thank you very
What
much.
about can I expect you so I can let him know you're coming in?
Let's aim for 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock tomorrow. Excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Greycliff.
Thank you. And
Have a wonderful evening.
And to you. Turn on my heels and head back over to Lavender.
As Lavender cocks her head towards you.
Well, we can head back to the Mended Drum.
As you take off once more and head towards the Mended Drum, where the rest of the Ade now will have gathered out front with newly purchased goods. Alistair aboard. Lavender not so gracefully attempts to land within the busy intersection.
Ugh. These side streets are not meant for proper flight. Oh well. Less than graceful, but that is the price.
Welcome back. It seems we all made pretty good timing. I was able to get your iron for you. It cost me about 6 gold.
Oh, keep the change.
Oh, sure. Well, I suppose we should settle in for the night. I believe you said that drinks were on the house as well. And then
Yes,
in the morning, are we good to head over to raid in the morning?
yes, I've set an appointment for 10 o'clock.
Wonderful.
As the Ade now will turn in for the evening, as they have drinks, is there any conversation that happens at this time, or probably not? Maybe.
Was there any challenge with getting the iron? I know that it's a rather substantial amount for any unexpected order from most of the smiths in the area.
Well, yeah, because of that, the smith tried to charge me 10 gold, but I reckon that that's way too much, especially coming from someone who's worked in the industry, so I was able to get him down to that 6 gold. But other than
excellent.
that, he seemed to have plenty on hand. He must have just had an order come in.
Well, certainly works to our ends, and I mean, for him, it just means that he's already made sale with some profit without even having to apply the labor to it.
Hmm.
Having said that, before we leave the city, I might need to look into a few research tomes while I'm here. I want to get my hands on a couple of tomes with regards to general lore and understanding of the planes. I've got a new idea in mind, but it's going to be involved.
We haven't really had looking around. I'm obviously you know the area better. Anything magic related, we haven't had much luck
Oh,
finding.
certainly not.
But if you
I
know where
mean,
to look, I'm sure you can find what you need.
I'm not even going to make the attempt to find the more occult side of materials around here. If you are looking for anything outside of the raw material, no, it's like looking at a dying industry when favored against that of engineering. But I mean, it's still a trade product if you look hard enough. But no, I'm actually looking at the scientific documentation,
Right.
uh,
Okay.
the formation of planes.
Is
I'm
that not
thinking that,
magical in nature?
well, I mean more of the scientific creation of how does a plane anchor itself into existence.
Right.
What the raw components are. That's what's going to be of greater interest to me
And
moving
that very
forward.
well, if you can figure stuff like that out, with the what we know about the realms coming from the dark or from the Everdark, then perhaps knowing that will actually help us know how we can potentially defeat or do damage to the Everdark.
If nothing else, then at least containment.
Right. Very well.
Um, if you need some knowledge about the planes, I'm familiar with them.
Hmm.
If that may be of some assistance to your research effort.
That might be more useful after I've at least gone over my initial work, but nevertheless, I appreciate the offer. I'll definitely be taking you up on it later.
Of course, anytime.
Well, anyways, I'm going to finish off my dinner, and I'm going to head upstairs.
Fair
Hey,
enough.
Beckett. Good to talk.
Hmm?
You good to talk, Beckett?
Sure. What's up?
How's your how is Bubonic doing?
He seems to be doing as fine as the other day. It doesn't seem to be getting any worse, but it equally doesn't seem to be getting much better. I definitely didn't find any help today, so.
Yeah, I didn't have much success either, to say the least.
Thanks for looking. Appreciate
Nope.
it.
Like all I could find is some ingredients, but
Yeah, you're doing better than me. I found a drug dealer, so.
really?
Yeah, old Elven
A
man trying to sell
drug.
me some glimmer.
Uh,
Yeah, fun afternoon.
yeah, it's that must be quite the story.
Oh yeah.
I hope he didn't try to stick you up, at least.
Nothing I couldn't handle.
I see. Well, I'll probably keep looking into this whole inky bonus thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to find something to just make him feel a little bit better. So,
Mhm. It's probably gonna be an all-nighter for me, but what's wrong with a couple of all-nighters researching stuff every once in a while, you know?
yeah. I'd be lying if I said I haven't done it before.
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
See, Ade now will begin to finish their meal, then head off to their individual rooms for the evening. So they head up to the third level of the building as Alistair unlocks the door to the suite as there's an ascending staircase up towards a large common space, and then 6 individual rooms for you all to retreat into for the night. So is there any nightly rituals that anyone get up to for this evening?
indeed, good sir.
Indeed.
Indeed. Jonathan just camped at his desk, sets up with the vial of ink of that inky black substance that he showed Beckett before, and begins tries experimenting with it, trying to find any sort of weakness or counter to it that he can get a remedy for, either with natural materials or any potential magical solutions.
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge the planes and knowledge arcana.
Of course. Okay, I got a dirty 20 on Knowledge of the Planes, and I'm going to use an inspiration point to re-roll. Re-roll Knowledge Arcana.
All right.
That's better. That is a 23 Arcana.
Yeah. As you begin to research and your mind gets lost in your studies, you begin to uh, experiment and mutate and to find any sort of answers to your riddle. To which I will actually get back to you on next week on your findings.
Before dropping off for the evening, I'm going to fabricate the various ingots into one large cube of 50 pounds of iron.
Yeah. As you begin to shape and form this 50 pound cube. You in this moment take time to reflect on How the fuck did I end up here? With this ragtag group fighting for gods that I just don't really care about. What goes through your mind? Oh, excuse me. What goes through your mind as you think on your party members and the adventures ahead?
These have probably been the craziest moments of my life, bar none. But at the same time, I have to at least commend and respect the sheer goals that ultimately brought us all together. And ultimately, I need to look at the bigger picture. Paylor might not have been there for me, but ultimately, he's going to owe me one when all this is said and done. And if nothing else, I can take this opportunity again to prove that where one god might not necessarily extend the force of his hand, the force of a man can make all the difference. A lump forms inside of Alistair's throat as he stops to consider Lavender and where her namesake came from. Briefly remembering a beautiful, clever woman that he met back inside of his college days, only to be met with screams piercing through his mind as he thinks back to his hometown. Shaking himself off from the memories, he notices that his cube is almost complete and should probably be transferred back into the hole and to call it a night.
And with that, the ad I know finds sleep within the sprawling city of Erast. And that's where we're gonna call a quick break.
Hold on.
Just in, folks. Now, see here, this is what we in the business would call a whoopsie doodle. Yes, sir, indeed, we call this a whoopsie doodle. As you can tell by a wardrobe change and the lack of an episode last week, that we had to delay the episode as we're recording this second half a week later. Now back to your host, Dungeon Master Wes, for the details.
Nice trans.
Oh, well, thank you. Mysterious transatlantic accent that sucked. I don't know where that came from,
No.
but that was how was it? Like, I'm trying to work on it, but it's not great.
Put a radio filter on
I'm
it.
gonna
It
listen
might
back to it
be.
and cringe.
Put a radio filter on it. It might be decent.
Oh yeah, that's all you need.
You might have to throw a radio filter on it.
Not happening.
Ah. All right, yeah, fair enough.
Just
Well. Goodbye, Owen. I guess Owen was tired of hearing my voice. I agree. I would too. So we're here a week later. Just to give a little recap, as we've lost 2 players but gained another player, so call that a fair trade. I don't know. I'll take that damn deal.
Personally, I think you've got upgrade. No.
Ah! No, life happens. So we'll see what happens this episode. As life continues to get interesting for not only us, but the Ade Naul, as earlier in the episode. If you are listening to this as a full episode and not like us, who's experiencing this a week later, skip to this timestamp where we actually get back into the meat of things, but we're going to recap again. You can hear our banter if you want. Go to this timestamp. Thank you. This last week, after interesting events unfolding on the rail glider to Erast, our party, the Ede Naul, stepped foot on the rail glider platform in the city of Erast. It met with a familiar face as the impatient Jinn woman taps her neon green ethereal feet on the platform. Very impatiently. As once again, Alistair asked for something. I don't remember what it was. And the Ade Naul stepped foot into the Emperor's Rift that exists. Callie's laughing at me in the background. You should.
And then, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just the letter A. Just A.
You're like the, impatient, and I'm like, well, that's me with all these
Same, Callie, same.
Not bad.
I love you.
The Ade Naul step foot into the Emperor's Rift that exists within the center of the Venn diagram that is the city of Eras, dividing the western and eastern sections of western, holding most of the industrial plants that dominate the sky with the smog overhead, as the eastern side of Erast. And I'm hearing myself do it. I'm like, God damn it. We're getting there. We're the rail glider's moving again. The eastern side holding the residential sectors as within the center of the Venn diagram exists, as I said, the Emperor's Rift, which is the most expansive marketplaces within the Boundless shores, although, as later discovered by Orgolan, lacking in a lot of arcane stuff.
Arcane stuff.
Tell it's been a couple weeks, huh? As Beckett looking for a cure for bubonic, as he's fallen ill with some devious Jeshima sickness. As she finds a shady synthetic glimmer dealer who tries his best to threaten her, but falls short.
Beckett don't take no shit.
Beckett don't take no shit. Alistair and Tobin together got some steel for below market price. £50 if anyone wants to know. But if you're listening to this back, you already know. Alistair brings the Adenaul to the Mended Drum Tavern, one that he frequents when he visits Erast, as he sweet talks the staff and secures the suite of the tavern. As the evening sun wanes, Alistair goes and journeys to Raid Limited and schedules a meeting with Ilis Finnegan. And as he and the rest of the Adena will return, as it's probably returning about 6 o'clock now in the evening. As the group meets up at a circular table within the Mended Drum. You guys have already ordered drinks and have are sitting down and conversing amongst yourselves. What kind of topics are being brought up as you guys are just hanging out for the evening, kind of with the anticipation of the raid on raid and the Everdark incursion that looms over the city of Erast that you guys have been sent here to discover.
Yeah, Jonathan conversing with Beckett about bubonics health and if there's anything that he can do to help out at all. Talking about the upcoming adventure ahead and
Yeah, faded in as if the camera is now panning in on the table. Bring us into that conversation and.
hey, you know, if is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can do to help bubonic out or?
We still haven't figured out exactly what we can do to help him. Any ideas would be greatly appreciated if you have any, but from what I've looked into, I can't figure out how to stop whatever's happening to him. Becca's just sitting there looking at him like, I don't know what to do to help you.
He just kind of looks at you with his marbly black eyes. Usually with your conversations and experiences with bubonic, you can normally read him, but right now you're struggling to get a feeling on how he's feeling or what he's thinking about.
Yeah, do you have
Kind
any
of
ideas, Jonathan?
I don't have any ideas as of yet, but I was thinking of maybe doing some research with this sample that I got from the Living Blasphemy and
Okay.
seeing where that takes me.
Sure, I'm willing to try anything at this point.
Sounds great.
Maybe since this is arcane in nature, Misa's brother might have something on it. Maybe he might know something.
Think so?
Maybe. Guy owns a magic shop.
Maybe we could go see him if we head back to town. Maybe when we're done here, we should go see him.
Mr. Kiriki carved a sending stone rune onto your sending
Oh,
stone
right.
that if you wanted to contact him, you totally could.
I forgot about that. Maybe we could see what's up. Contact him with the sending stone and see what he thinks. I don't really have any other ideas for what to do, sadly.
If it was blood related, I could probably help, but this is way beyond me.
Yeah.
As you're stroking Bubonic's blood-stained feathers, he's kind of you feel like a kind of a wet material as you're petting him. As you look upon your hand and you see like a trail of red and black, kind of staining and wetting your hand as you're petting his feathers.
Can I tell what it is and where it's coming from?
Yeah, roll me a knowledge or alchemy.
Okay. Oh, I got a nat one. That kid just has a stroke.
Just you're trying your best to examine him, but even with you lacking a read on your companion, you kind of think to yourself, I just think I'm too close to the patient to be able to treat this. As like you're too wrapped up in worrying about his safety that you can't truly focus on the cause and how to cure it. Is that you know that you can save lives, but you also know the dangers of your work.
Yeah. I'm gonna wipe off whatever is on my hand onto a napkin, but I'm gonna keep, or that cloth, and keep the cloth.
You see Alistair finish his ale. You see, well, everyone, I'm going to have an early rest. I'm gonna go into my hole and take care of some things. You know where to find me. As he abruptly gets up from his chair and heads off towards the suite on the third floor. Tobin, who's been kind of wrapped up in his spell book this evening, he's like he's here, but he's just kind of absent from the conversation right now as he's reading his spell book.
I nudge Beckett. Who does Tobin remind you of right now?
Me when I was trying to learn shit, but I could also see like 100 different young wizards and sorcerers I used to make fun of in him.
To me, it looks like knees.
Ha, he kinda does. That's a good one.
I'm still here.
Just like knees.
Yep.
Kind of flips the bird at you.
I flip him off back.
Love you too, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Love you too, Beckett. The Tobin continues to read his book, and you see him as he kind of like stops for a minute and reacts to something in his book and flips the page back and kind of reads a little bit deeper. as he just kind of leaves the conversation at that point.
Yeah, hey, Beckett, if you ever want to, like, this is probably gonna be an all-nighter for me, so, if you want to help out whenever, just come into my room, or we can meet at your room and research this stuff together.
Okay, I'm probably gonna give Bubonic the night just to relax, I guess, because he's going through it, so.
Can I get whiskey?
Is that him? Is that Bubonic?
Beckett!
Is he saying that in Infernal, or is he saying that in Common?
Infernal.
Oh. What do you need, buddy? I'm also communicating in
Whiskey.
Infernal. Why? I'm not giving you alcohol, my guy.
Rude.
You're sick. You don't need whiskey.
Makes me feel better.
I'll just look at him with my head tilted, like, really.
Kind of turns his head away from you.
I have no idea what just been said, but that was definitely some sassy attitude I just saw.
He wants whiskey.
Sounds pretty good right now.
I'm not giving my bird whiskey. He's not getting whiskey. Don't encourage him.
I'm not encouraging him, I want whiskey. We're in a tavern, right?
Yep.
I waved down one of the workers.
See, half-elven man, probably late 30s. Kind of trots up, he's got a black apron on. Yeah, what can I get for you?
Bring me a bottle of your whiskey.
Do you have a preferred region?
Surprise me.
Surprise you. What kind of flavor profile are you looking for? Bold or subtle?
Bold.
Bold it is. Alright. Anything else for the rest of the table while I'm here?
Yes, I'd love a Blackwater ale if you have it here.
I think we might have some in the bag. We don't normally keep it on tap. I can see what I can do for you.
If you don't have it, just surprise me.
Understood.
I'll just take some water, thank you.
Right.
Lame.
I need to get the bird to drink water. It's not for me.
As he trots off and collects bottle of whiskey, a couple glasses, and a large grog. I was able to get some of that Blackwater out for you. And this right here is a vintage Vilbridge. I think it's southern, somewhere in Scorchtown, I think. I heard it'll get your tongue. It might be a little hot.
Nothing I can't handle.
A hot drink from Scorchtown? Never would have guessed.
They say it's a wizard's favorite fireball whiskey.
That's a good one.
Click clack.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot. I gotta go try and find a weaponsmith for something. I'll probably just go over to see if I can find a weaponsmith and then come back and do the studying of this inky substance.
There's a
You should
druid
get
here,
live
what-
wood because it's cool. Cough, cough. You hear a two people walking by your table as one of them just goes, "You should get the live wood." Cough, cough. Ha ha ha. As they walk by you.
Yeah, if you kill
Yeah.
my bird, you have no way to communicate with us, says God.
Yeah. I think I'll go, I'll just go try and find one now. Excuse me. As Jonathan takes his drink, downs it, sets it on the table, puts 2 gold down on the table, and leaves.
Right. And does the rest of the table get up to anything interesting as Jonathan leaves?
I don't think so. I think I just probably have some casual back and forth talk with Beckett.
As long as you're not feeding the bird whiskey, I don't care.
Oh, I'm definitely trying to secretly do a tiny shot glass, just slowly nudge one over.
Becca's just like shoving it back in his direction.
Or Golan, you're pretty quiet this conversation. Is there anything on your mind currently?
I'm just sitting there meditating,
Yeah.
trying to keep the chaos of this group.
Wonder how Milo's holding up.
He says to Beckett.
Sorry. Yeah, has anyone checked on him in a couple hours?
I don't know. I don't really have. Do we have a way to contact Milo? Is that or no? Is Milo one of the people we can't contact?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't been able to talk to him since we left the manor.
How'd you see him at the manor? Are we worried about him, or? I know he wasn't great, but
He'll be okay. Whatever
That's
Alistair
good.
did messed him up pretty bad, but I talked to him. He'll be fine.
oh, okay, that's good.
In fact, probably doesn't want me to tell you this, but he actually asked me to teach him sand sculpting.
Aw, I love that for him.
Yeah,
I think
I
that'll be good for him.
told him to focus on the hobby, and that's what he asked.
Yeah, smart, good advice.
I'm gonna go up. Jonathan's gonna go upstairs to Alistair's room and knock on in the suite and knock on the door.
Fuck yeah. I love Daduin, by the way.
Mhm.
Daduin makes me very happy inside. We have Daduin and then his annoying sister Beckett.
His annoying sister.
And then that one annoying cousin, Jonathan.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then the older cousin that he's that's really quiet, who doesn't really talk to him. And then the younger cousin who's just kind of too cool for him. Tobin.
Open.
Tobin's the jock, he's the emo. Let's be real.
He's the emo. Oh wait, how is he a jock and an emo?
No, Milo's the emo.
Oh,
Tobin's the
got you.
jock.
Okay. I was concerned for a minute. I'm like, can he be both?
If he was something else, he'd be the jock who plays magic sometimes.
Okay, Calduin's the dad, but also at times the uncle that's a bad influence.
Calduin, that influence? No.
No way. As Yonatan makes his way up towards the suite, as I don't think any of you, I don't remember if you guys have gone up to the suite, but I'll re-describe it. It opens up into a large kind of foyer living room space. There's 2 rooms off towards the left and 2 rooms off towards the right, and then up a small flight of staircase into another hallways into the 3 rooms and 2 bathrooms.
There's these 2 weird kids, Zach and Cody, sorry.
As you see Alistair's room kind of cracked open a little bit as you see the edge of his hole open, as you hear kind of some tinkering inside.
I am going to call for Alistair, and it's like, Alistair, you in there?
Come in, I can't.
Okay, coming in. As Jonathan just jumps like feet first into the portable hole. What's up, buddy?
Can you roll me a reflex save?
Yeah, I can do that for sure. That's a 17.
You land kind of hard on your feet a little bit, and your ankle kind of buckles. It doesn't actually hurt, but it kind of takes a minute and kind of strains your ankle. As he kind of looks back, you see he's got a screwdriver shoved like a couple inches into his metal arm. So he's kind of screwing something, as you see his ring finger kind of glitching out. You caught me at a bad time. What can I do for you?
You don't happen to still have a bunch of live wood around, do you?
Oh, yeah. What do you want it for?
I'd like to borrow some for that bow staff we've been talking about.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let me go grab some, as he takes a small hatchet and bangs off enough material for you to make a bow staff and hands it to you. That should be more than enough.
Much obliged.
Good luck.
Thanks. Good luck with that your arm thing.
It should be able to. Got it. No, I didn't. Never mind.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave you to your own devices, I guess.
As he's kind of now muttering to himself, twiddling with it as you climb the ladder that was easily accessible to you, but you chose not to use as you climb out of the hole and head back down and wave to your party as you exit towards the streets into the Emperor's Rift. It's probably getting on to 7 now. The daylight is waning, but you know the rift in most of Eras is still pretty operational. Hours later into the night, and so many shop fronts and marketplaces and the streets are still pretty full of people bustling around, and you see people in work uniforms going to and from work, and you see other merchants kind of traveling around, packing up and heading to the ward support or heading in towards the marketplace to set up their stalls. And as you see, a lot of different markets have like shifts, as you notice. Like as you entered, you saw one shop open, and now you see them closed, and then another merchant opening up with his goods and services. As what do you get up to in the streets of Erast?
Yeah. Jonathan just like checking out the vendors, just keeping a close distance, just keeping like a reasonable distance away, just trying to scope out the marketplaces to see if you can find, like, trying to look for the best weaponsmith that he can make out.
Make out with?
No, not. You know what I mean.
Give me a search check, please.
Absolutely.
I know what you mean. I was just giving you.
I
giving
heard
you a
the
hard time.
S and thought you were gonna get him to make a seduce check, and I was really confused. Oh.
That is a 33, my man.
You begin to wander out within the vast marketplaces. You pass by a few weaponsmiths and armories and sword merchants. Look upon their material and kind of gauge their worth. There's nothing satisfies you yet, so you travel a little bit further as you see a few more ornate pieces, as a few places catch your eye as you're kind of looking at them from the center of the market and trying to make your choice. You feel a warm breeze kind of tickle along your neck as the breeze kind of leads your eyes towards an elderly man sitting up cross-legged upon a blanket. You see, he's got bald head. He's got a few different tattoos. You see a leaf tattoo. You see a tattoo of a tree. You see a tattoo of a dagger. You see a tattoo of a heart. As he kind of sits there, you see there's a cap in front of him with a few copper pieces dotted in it. As most people assume him to be a beggar, but you look at him differently. You see a wild folk, someone very experienced in your field, sitting within an area very lacking of any vegetation. It seems a very fish out of water situation. It's the warm breeze leads your eyes towards this man.
Well, hello there.
Hello, young leaf. Let me feel your hands.
I gently but cautiously reach my hands out.
He grabs gently your hand as he runs his first to the front of his hand and then the back of his hand and feels your fingers as he finally opens his eyes and looks up to you, and you see his eyes glossed over. This man is blind as he feels your hand. You are like me.
Are you also a druid?
Of sorts.
Of sorts?
I am a warden of the wild. But I have not. You feel special. What is your name?
My name is Jonathan Hailgith, sir.
Where are your roots grown?
My roots grow from the Scar Forest that was unfortunately burned down during the events of Palor's Tear.
You are seeking something.
I seek a lot of things.
You seek something tonight.
Yes, I was wondering if you could make a masterworked elven bow staff for me.
Let me feel.
I bring out the live wood that I borrowed from Alistair and present it to him to feel or whatever he does.
You carry something else. I hear its heartbeat. Show me the crystal. Let me feel.
Certainly, as I bring the emerald out of my bag and present it to him as well.
Ah. Do you feel its heat? Do you feel its heartbeat? Mm. You see him take a moment as he feels this crystal, every ridge and edge. He handles it delicately in his frail hands. Places it down. He feels around for his bag and pulls out a small string. The wind has purpose. It has blown you to me and I to you for this moment. He begins to grab some tools and carves into the live wood. Carves a long, slightly curved staff. As he takes the twine and ties it from one end to the other, it kind of sits kind of loosely. And he then once again picks up the Emerald of Varus, feels it, crushes it into his hand as it breaks into several small shards. He begins to whisper into the live wood. Ancient druidic tongue as he inlays each of the crystals, as you can kind of see little sprouts kind of reach and grab at the emerald and bring it within the staff as they sit kind of dotted down throughout the staff. As he hands you the long, slender, masterwork bow staff.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate this.
Destiny calls your friends. The past haunts your mind. Learn to leave it behind. The wild always changes. You must be free to change.
I do agree, but how much is this going to cost me?
You kinda, as you reach towards your sack and grab your coin purse, as you ask him this question, as you look up towards him, expecting an answer, as him and his blanket vanished.
Odd. But I've seen weirder, I guess. As Jonathan examines the staff as he's walking his way back to the mended drum, just feeling it out, testing the weight of it, mocking, notching an arrow and readying fire, and then stows it again as he walks back.
It's probably been about 45 minutes as Jonathan has left the mended drum. What has the rest of the Adonai gotten up to, or have they headed up towards their separate rooms to rest for the evening, or get up to any endeavors that they choose?
Up to my room. About halfway through that, I just head up.
After Caldwin empties the bottle, he just calls it a night.
I'll follow Caldeman. No point sitting there by myself with the bird. He needs to get some sleep.
You all make your ways up towards the suite and towards your separate rooms for the evening. where we shall call our first break. The arena will now all headed to their separate rooms. Calduin, you take the room next to Alistair. The upper rooms are Tobin, Yonatan, and Beckett. And then Orgolan's off by himself. Because that's how Orgolan do. And you all decide to take an early night. Get up to whatever endeavors that you choose to at night. But Calduin, you're closest to it, so you hear it loudest, but eventually the rest of the Adinel within the suite hear a really obnoxious beeping. As Calduin, what are you up to in your room as you begin to hear this obnoxious beeping?
I'm trying to just fall asleep, and I hear this breeze like, what is that noise? Banging my head against like the backboard. As it persists, I decide to grab my sword, which I had propped up against the wall, and go and investigate the sound.
As you step out of your room, you listen for the sound of the beeping as you hear it coming from within Alistair's room.
I walk up to the door and kind of pound on it twice. Alistair, what
No,
are you... Huh?
Go on, sorry, my bad. Go on.
Alistair, what are you doing in there?
After a couple moments, no response.
I pound on again. Alistair!
Still no response.
I try the door handle.
It's unlocked as the door glides open with a You see Alistair's pit laid out in the center of the room, the bed laid untouched. As you see sit on the desk with the little lamp on, you see the rift detector that Mr. Kirigi built. Beep, 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 beep.
I check to see if Alistair is okay before checking
see
the
him
detector.
On the first level, passed out on his on the first level of his pit. As you peek your head down.
I sigh in relief. Make sure, glad that he's at least alive. And I check the rift detector. Pick it up.
You pick it up as you look at it, and you see the four gems laid out in the north, east, south, and western diamond pattern. As you see the eastern gem beep, 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 beep. And as you watch it, you see it blink up towards the north. Beep, 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 beep. And back down to the east. Beep, beep, beep. As if the rift it's detecting is moving.
That can't be good. I go wake everyone else up.
Do you want to yell at him to make it easier?
I quickly walk to each of the doors and pound on them. Up and at him. We got an issue.
All right,
As
I'm on my way out. Just give me a minute.
he pounds on Yonatan. He pounds on all the doors, as Yonatan or Golan and Beckett all stir, as Alistair and Tobin do not.
Oh, spaghetti-o.
As
Wow.
you all gather groggily, as some of you have fallen asleep or have been meditating in your room, so you're a bit dozy as you walk into the common room with as you see Calduin standing there kind of frazzled holding the rift detector.
So, think we got a hit. Uh, it's moving. I think.
The rift's moving? How is it moving?
I don't know. 1 minute the beeping's going to the east, the next it's in the north.
That's strange. I wonder what could cause that.
It's only one way to find out. Best not leave it
Yeah.
up to chance. Alistair's passed out. Can't seem to get him up. So,
Can I check on those two? Just to make sure they're sound, they're just passed out.
muted.
Who do you check on first?
I get who would be closest to where I was sleeping? Would it be Tobin?
Well, currently closest that you're standing to would be Alistair's room and then Tobin's room. So Alistair's
Okay.
is off towards the bottom left, while Tobin's room is up and down the hallway to the top left.
Okay. I'll check on Alistair first then, since I'm right there.
As you go and check on Alistair and peek your head down the hole, he just seems to be like rocked asleep.
Okay. As long as he's okay.
He's alive, and do you go down to check on him medically, or are you just like taking a peek?
Like I was gonna like go and like check them, but I
Yeah,
wasn't gonna give them like
alright.
a full physical or anything.
Oh no, of course not. But do you go
Uh,
down to check out like his body, or are you just
Yeah.
like looking? Okay,
Yeah.
so you take a peek and notice him pass out on his desk. So you quietly creep down the ladder towards you. You see you sleeping, but you check his pulse, and it's beating really fast, and he
Oh.
seems to be sweating.
Hmm.
It's not sickness, but he seems like it's like his body is going through exercise while he's
Okay.
asleep.
Nightmare gentleman.
He's being chased by a night or a sleep paralysis demon. Okay. Can I do? Okay, the whole room's gonna light up, but I'm just gonna use detect magic and see what I can see.
Yeah, several things glow in the room, but taking a look at him personally, he doesn't seem to be under immediate effect. He just seems to be lost within a dream.
Oh, okay. As long as he's okay.
Is my dream dancer around? No.
It's the sleep paralysis demon. Oh.
Is Alistair currently going through my first ever campaign?
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Even though I was winging like all of
Chronomancer.
it.
You know what? I respect it. It was still fun.
Hell yeah.
As you go and then check on Tobin, as you walk in to see Tobin passed out on his bed, as you go to check on him, and he feels cold.
Nothing new for him.
Nothing new, but he seems cold as you kind of try to shake him and stir him, and he seems unable to stir again.
Is he like cold in the sense of like we're concerned about him, or is this like the normal cold Tobin we're used to?
This isn't like the cold that like he experienced when like during the glacier trials.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't the
But
cold
it
that he
seems,
experienced when he was in the apartment, right?
yeah, that was
He's not
that
frozen
was
fucking
the
solid.
cold. He's not frozen solid. His blade is not frozen into the ground. No. This seems like a familiar cold to that, but less strong.
Okay.
But both of their party members unable to stir in this moment. As the other members in the common room also now hearing the beeping in the full force and looking upon the rip detector as a beep, beep, beep to the east, and then up to the north for a few beeps, and then back down to the east.
So what do we do about this?
I mean, it could be signaling northeast. It could be like a standing rift in the northeast.
It would. I'm not really good with this tech stuff, but I would think it would be more stationary if that was the case.
Well, yeah, but like maybe it can only do like one direction at a time. So if it's constantly swapping between directions, then maybe the rift itself is like northeast or something.
I move in a direction that it keeps pointing to see if this to test Yonathan's theory to see if anything changes.
You try to move it around to try to test the theory, and the beeps are inconsistent. So you can't fully gauge whether it's stationary or not.
Looks like we're gonna have to investigate ourselves.
Seems like it.
Woo. Off we go on an adventure into a moving rift. Not terrifying at all.
We've seen
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, fair enough.
It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
The end of the world.
Probably.
I mean, at least we won't be around for long if the world does end.
And I thought I was morbid.
Aren't we an optimistic bunch?
Yeah, we're we're definitely a few crayons short in the box, if you know what I mean.
Because we've been eating them, no.
Well, let's suit up and meet at the front in about 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
The Hade now prepare themselves for the adventure ahead as they wander down the flights of stairs to the front entrance as they open the doors of the mended drum to the surprisingly bustling streets. Although the hours of the day are waning, it's probably 10 o'clock at night now. The street lamps, the gaslit street lamps throughout the entire city have been lit, and as you see, there's still merchants and tradesmen bustling around within the rift as you guys begin to follow the rift detector. That's funny. It's called the Emperor's Rift, and you guys are following the rift detector. I didn't even, click those two. Towards the eastern side of Erast, towards residential sectors. As you wander your way through the tight, kind of curved streets with the blocky apartment-like buildings that make up the residential areas. So you guys make your way towards the northeastern direction, following the rift detector, as you guys notice as it no longer becomes a pinpoint. You see all 4 of the gems beginning to flash. As you know, as Mr. Kiriki has explained, that when all 4 flash, it means you're getting close to the rift. And as you get up, as you look up and look around and gauge your surroundings, you see you're stood within a kind a roundabout sector of paths. As about 6 streets stretch out, all filled with these blocky residential buildings. As you see, one of the streets is blocked off and gated off and heavily guarded by the Darien Vanguard guards stood outside.
Well, the heavily guarded area is probably where the rift is. If I had to guess, anyhow.
Thinks they'll just let us through.
Well,
Would you like to
we
give it a
can-
try?
we can always try. Let me handle this. Hello there. How are you today?
Good evening. Sorry, this street sector's off limits.
Yes, of course.
Thunder.
That's what we're here for. We are a group of private investigators sent here by some of our contacts from Vampire Hill, if you know where that is located. We've been sent here to investigate these disturbance that's been going on.
Roll me a deception check. No, wait. There's no deception on here.
It's bluff.
Bluff, that's the one. My bad.
Bluff,
Sorry, I've been listening to a lot of Critical Role lately.
That's a natural 20, baby.
Fucking...
33 total.
Understood. Let me get my sergeant for you. Kinda scampers away for a moment, returns with another Vanguard. You see he has a shoulder cloak on, And he's kind of wearing the same uniform, but he stands out among the others. Sergeant Wilhelm, private investigators, you say?
Yes, that's correct.
Kind of looks at your group inquisitively. Follow me this way. Open up. Kind of waves towards the two vanguard. That's how you see their two large, towering shields, kind of obscuring most of their bodies as they raise the gates and as they squeak along the cobblestone.
There's no way
Follow
that
me.
worked.
As I motion for the rest of the Jedi now to follow me, as I just walk as if like I know what I'm doing, just confidently, just obnoxiously like strutting in there like I own the place.
Either he just fooled the entire guards, or we are all getting murdered in there.
As we walk in, I've got my like hand just close to my weapon, ready for anything.
I'm holding my cane sword like a regular cane, but I'm like fully ready just for us to die.
I'm in the back like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Just keep your heads down. Follow my lead, and thing will be fine.
We've established a base of operations. Well, one of the civilians, they were harmed in the incident. Has your informant given you any information?
Other than the rift appearing from a third party and the injury report, we don't really have much to go on.
Right, well, one of the civilians, he is closely linked to the incident, and he's kindly allowed us to use his home as a base of operations. Here, as he twists the knobs of one of the residential homes as you leads you through a narrow, very narrow, kind of claustrophobic hallway. You see a small kitchen off to the left, a staircase up on the right, and then a small common space that is filled with vanguards and tables set up, and a lot of the homely items shoved off to the side and piled up in a corner. As you see, the space is too small to hold their tower shields, and so all of the tower shields are lined up like dominoes against the far wall.
Alright, do you mind if I just have a chat with the homeowner and gather up some information for ourselves?
Right, we'll get to that. We've just sent word. We're stirring him right now. We'll run you through the whole incident report, and he'll join us soon.
Sounds good. I'll just wait here and do my thing until then, I suppose.
So the incident started as a few citizens noted a few dark cracks hidden in the cobblestone. Nothing worrying in our eyes, but the cracks seem to affect the area around it. See, he produces a doll, a small child's doll. But as you look at it, you see the torso is stitched on backwards. But as you go and inspect the stitches, it seems that the stitches are identical, as if this were to come from, like, as if it were crafted with the torso on backwards.
Is my detect magic still running from yesterday? It's like it's not a spell for me, but yeah.
Yes, you're using your warlock passive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be still concentrating on it though.
Can I? Yeah, I guess I'll just use it again and concentrate and see if I could see
Yeah.
anything in the stitching of this doll.
Yeah, as you look upon the stitches, although to the naked eye seem identical, these are woven in a black and dark blue magic.
Do I recognize the magic?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okie dokie.
I have my detect magic going as well, looking around the place.
Oh, I'm not doing good. It's
Roll
an
me
unnatural
a spot
20.
check, Calduin. Unnatural 20. This, although you don't recognize the magic, I think you could put the dots together that this is the magic of the Everdark.
14.
Okay.
14. As you look around, on one of the tables, you notice a very pristine red apple that is glowing with the similar black-blue magic.
I'm gonna stand up and reach for the doll. Which I'm hoping the guard does give me.
You kind of beckon forward towards Beckett beckons
Beckett beckons.
towards the guard as he hands the doll to you for inspection. As you guys, in their eyes, are private investigators. Like, you guys can operate as you please. You guys are private investigators in their eyes.
That's fine.
Completely fooled with that nat 20.
I mean, I am gonna share the information with them.
Worse.
I'm gonna. Would it be mean of me to destroy this doll?
Destroying evidence probably would not be an ideal thing to do right now.
I was thinking about it, but I won't. I'm gonna take the doll and I'm gonna mainly look towards Yonatan, but I am gonna share information with everybody. It looks like from just my arcane knowledge, that this doll and probably anything else affected by whatever's happening here is due to something in relation to the Everdark. I'm not sure what, but
May I have a closer look at the doll?
sure. I hand the doll to him.
Can I gather that? I'm gonna try and gather if this is from the Prince of Deceit, like the Prince of Darkness or Deceit's magic.
Whose magic?
The Prince of Darkness. There's Jeshima.
There's the Father of Darkness, which is the Everdark. There's the Dark General, Jeshima.
And then there was
the Cavalis, the demigod of deceit.
I want to check if this is Cavalis' magic.
Okay. Go on, roll me a knowledge arcana.
Right on.
Would I technically recognize it as Caval's magic? Since I'm more familiar.
You can roll it with advantage.
Which dice is gonna fail me today? Ooh, that is a dirty 20.
I got a 21.
This is not Caval's magic. Yonatan definitely recognizes it as the Everdark's magic. Calduin, as you read into it, something feels strange about it. It seems so off-putting to you, so small. Like, you knowing the power of the Everdark, why would he start here?
I walk over to the guard. This location, is there anything special or significant around here?
Well, most, the entire Darian war machine is kept here, in reserve here in Erast. If a target were to try and cripple, the Darian Empire, starting here would be a good bet, as most of our equipment is kept here on reserve.
I need to see this equipment.
Unfortunately, that's not in my jurisdiction. I'm only here as an enforcer to lock down this area. I can't give you that intel.
I don't care if you can't give me that intel or not. This is for the greater good, and you will take me there.
Wait. We can definitely set that appointment, but there's more to this incident. This was just the start. This started 4 days ago, as we experienced the first crack that twisted this doll. 2 days later, or a night later, the citizen. Oh, Gareth. So well, welcome. You see a middle-aged dragonborn man, orange scales. Officer, is this really necessary at this hour? I have a shift in 4 hours. Unfortunately, it is. Sorry, I don't think I've even gotten a proper introduction. Gareth Laverne, this is, who are you? Private investigators, but, I'm sorry, I've never gotten proper introductions.
Yes. We're a party of private investigators from a group called the Adai Naul.
As you see the Dragonborn and the guard nod, you see another guard perk up and go, I don't know. Are you the blokes that saved the Emperor.
We are the ones that saved the Emperor. That is correct.
You're murmuring from the other guards as they kind of, oh, what? What? No way. What, really? Let me, wait, really? Them? I didn't realize that, Emperor Killian had, you hired on from, where did you say, Vampire Hill?
That's right.
Well, I'm sorry for my coldness earlier, as he extends a handshake to each of you. It's a pleasure to formally meet you.
Please, the pleasure's all ours. You know, you're in charge of locking down this site, so you know, obviously, you know, no harm, no foul there. You're just doing your job.
Well, Mr. Laverne, thank you for joining us. A day later of the first crack, a second crack appeared. Mr. Laverne's grandmother vanished without a trace, carrying a basket of apples back from the market. We've secured one of the apples from her basket as evidence there on that table.
That explains what I saw.
Curious indeed. This may be this is definitely a case of the Everdark, like the Everdark's influence
Yeah.
on this world. The Everdark's influence is spreading more rapidly than I ever could have thought, it seems.
Sorry, sir, I'm not caught up with my religion history. The Everdark, is that... Do you refer to the Dark Creator?
Yes, that's
How
correct.
could he have anything to do with this? He was locked away in the time before time.
Yes. Well, we've actually been pursuing. We've actually been pursuing the Everdark and all of the happenings with him around. Around the country. That
If
event with the shadow people down in
Lulara.
yeah, down in Lulara. That was we were involved in that case as well.
Oh. And is that why the sky's been looking so weird?
Yeah, why the sky's been looking weird. That's why the realms are starting to, why the planes are starting to merge together. That's what everything weird is going on.
So stop. I don't want to know anymore.
As you wish.
My job is this investigation. I will get this briefing over with. A day later, his grandmother did reappear. As he walks over towards the table with the apple, as you see beyond it, there's a blanket laid out. As now, obviously, you can tell there's a body hidden underneath. So he whips the blanket over. You see an old woman whose it looks like her soul had been drained from her body. She looks like a step away from a skeleton without the rotting.
Hailor's mercy. Holy cow. Unfortunately, this is a sight that we've seen far too many times as of late.
Has the body been thoroughly examined?
We didn't have the intelligence on hand until your crew had now arrived. You've kind of arrived at the perfect time.
Great. Where's
Wow.
the body?
Right there in front of us, if you would
Oh,
like
sorry.
to examine it
My bad.
further.
Are you a doctor?
Yes.
Oh, what's your name, doctor?
Dr. Blackton.
Dr. Blackton. Fantastic to meet you.
Pleasure. Yeah. I'll start examining the body, I guess, while everybody's talking.
What are you looking for, doctor?
Magic, obviously. From what we've seen already from our good friend, whose name just slipped my mind. What the hell?
You got it.
Where'd
You
it
know
go?
the last part. You know the last part.
Oh God,
Kind of
no,
obvious.
no, where'd it go? It's gone.
It's dark.
Oh my God.
The Everdarks.
Thank you, the Everdark. It was literally about to
Sorry.
say it and it just disappeared and I was just like, no.
Yeah, no, I've had those moments. I'm just giving you shit out.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
ADHD
for.
coming in right there.
It's just
Oh,
coming in hot like
definitely.
a bus.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for more of the Everdark's magic. But I'm
Yeah, go
also
ahead
gonna
and-
look for anything unusual in like the sense of like foul play, I guess.
So unusual. Expand on that for me.
Anything like
Probably like any
that
wounds.
wouldn't. Yeah, any wounds and anything that wouldn't make sense from his cause of death. It like. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me Knowledge Arcana and Knowledge Heal. Or Knowledge Heal. Just roll me a heal, not a Knowledge Heal. What the fuck is a Knowledge Heal, lad?
Okay, Arcana is 15, and my heal is 22.
So you examine the body, and you take your kit of scalpels and other medical equipment as you begin to experiment with the body, as you cut in to find a vein, as you inspect it with your arcane eye. As you notice the body is entirely void of blood.
Fun. That might be a problem.
What remains is a residue of this dark blue black magic that echoes with the essence of the Everdark. Because I love alliteration.
Am I like is it only visible to people with arcane abilities, or is it just visible in general? Like, would me and Calduin be the only people who could see it, or could other people see it?
To the naked eye, it would kind of look like a chalky black material that it's almost like coal
Okay.
that lines all of the veins.
Okay. I'm gonna look up at the guard who's talking to us. Has anything been?
Sergeant Wilhelm.
Yes. Has anything been done to the body when you guys found it, or you've just been waiting?
No, this is when we were called upon the scene as we seized the body and moved all the evidence to this location until the big incident last night.
Right. Have there been any more deceased since the big incident, or is this the only body?
Unfortunately, yes.
Would it be possible for me to see those bodies as well?
No. Last night, after we vanguards were called upon the scene, after his grandmother was rediscovered in the state that she now is, we had a platoon of guards guarding the area when it appeared.
It?
From the accounts we heard, it was a short and skinny goblin-like creature with long, grotesque talons. It had purple-like dark skin and piercing bright blue eyes. It tore a single claw into the cobblestone as if it were cloth, and tore another dark rift into the ground, morphing the area around it. And killed an entire platoon of guards before vanishing into the night.
Are those guards, are their bodies disposed of? Are they still here? Like, what happened to those?
They've been returned to their families.
Okay.
But I can only imagine it would have, from the cleanup, I think what you're assuming is true. They looked very similar. A little bit more grotesque due to its claws, but
I'm gonna put some of this black goop in a little vial for later, just because, I don't know, I like collecting things. Why not? And I'm gonna stitch back up everything unless anybody else wants me to do anything else.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As I just take a look at the body one last time, just writing down everything in a little journal of everything that has been said and mentioned, and just taking notes of the autopsy, and just adding this to my research notes for later. As I finish up, I signal to Jonathan, signals to Beckett that I'm done here, that he's done here, and can close the body back up.
As I look at the body, The only thing that comes to mind is how it looks vaguely similar to how the process for burials are to Oshirati culture, whereas kind of like in Egyptian culture, where they drain the blood and take out the organs. So it's like somebody has just done that and stopped halfway through the process.
Can I look for any like puncture wounds or draining holes? Like to see if it was physically done or magically done? I know he's talking to Callie, but oh.
On today's episode of Adeart Nowell's Mysteries.
On today's episode of Do We Have Crippling ADHD?
The answer is yes.
The answer may surprise you. Oh.
Beckett, I'm going to look around a little bit more.
Cool. Go nuts.
Just to see what's here.
I just pull my hands out and they're just black. I'm like, go nuts.
I see you've been caught black-handed.
Oh wait, we have access to that button. Hang on.
Oh no. I forgot about that.
Where is it? There it is.
I can't do those because it messes up my recordings.
It's okay, I'll do them. I'll be the sound guy.
Sorry, guys. Real life got in the way for a second there.
Oh, good.
Ooh, real life.
Boo, apartments and things. No, actually, this is good news, so never mind.
Yay.
That's good.
Yay!
Not about,
Love good
not
news.
about. Yeah.
Not about the body
Other
on the table?
endeavors have been opened to us, and so
Ooh.
that was it.
That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna look for any puncture wounds if the blood was physically drained. If I don't find any, then I know it wasn't.
Yeah. So, as you take a look at this body, and from the description of the other bodies from the creature that attacked the platoon, there are no injuries on this body. But from what he's said, there was injuries on the other bodies.
Okay. I follow. The problem is I don't know if the other bodies had their blood the same way, but it's fine.
We can't exactly have a look at the bodies.
No, it's a little annoying, but it's fine.
That would take up too much time anyway, but...
Mhm.
Well, I'd say we've done all we can here. Who wants to go rift hopping?
Caldoon, did you have you had something you wanted to say, as well, right?
Yeah, I technically did say it. I was just going on about how the body reminds me of old Oshirati embalmings, where they drain, like kind of like Egyptians mummification process, where they drain the blood, but it looked half finished.
You're the best.
Are we all
That's
done
the
with the
coolest
body?
thing of it. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life.
As Beckett's standing there covered in black
Inspiration
blood.
point,
Are we done? Can I stitch it back up?
Mr. Caldoon. Yeah, you delicately stitch back up the grandma. It's you kind of standing around the body and investigating. You kind of see Mr. Laverne kind of sitting there uncomfortably as you kind of, remember, oh, yeah, this is, someone's grandma. I should sew this up. And
My bad.
Our condolences.
Beckett doesn't know how to communicate with the people who are living. Dead bodies, though? Got you.
Are you gonna be alright, mister?
Calduin, that apple's bugging you. Seems so pristine.
I look around for something like small, because I'm too cautious to actually touch it, but I want to find something like poke it to see.
To poke it.
You just yoink one of Beckett's scalpels.
Careful with that. Don't stab yourself, please.
Gotta borrow this. And
Be
yeah,
careful.
I go over and just use it to move the apple without fully touching it and lifting it up, and then once I check it over, I push the scalpel in to the apple.
A red liquid seeps out of the puncture.
Do I
Is that-
recognize this red liquid?
It's familiar to you.
Do I know?
It's pretty familiar to you. It gives you an eerie feeling. You don't know for sure. It's a little off. It's familiar to you.
I'm gonna go running over there and just be like,
You're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you?
100%.
Oh boy.
Now that's a forbidden fruit if I've ever seen one.
Jeez.
Are you testing or am I?
I kind of want to pick it up, honestly.
Jonathan is just going to grab one of his empty vials and just get like a sample of this liquid.
Get a sample of the liquid.
Evidence.
Beckett,
It's
do you
evidence.
pick up the apple?
Oh god. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna pick it up.
You pick up the apple. You kind of you see the scalpel sticking out of the end. The mysterious, familiar red liquid.
There's probably a bit of that in there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Do you cut into the apple?
I don't like it when you smile at me when you say stuff like that. Yeah, I'll cut into the apple.
You take the scalpel and you score and peel the skin. So you peel it away and you reveal not apple innards, but veins pumping blood and muscle contracting and contorting, and bone structure being developed.
Can I keep it? This is cool. Beckett's like not at all grossed out by this. She's just like actually fascinated with this. Like
And it's
anyone who
now
can see your face is
bleeding
like, what the
as if
fuck?
you've torn into someone's chest. It is now bleeding onto the table and onto your hand. It's bleeding. Now you look at it and identify it with your heal check. It's human blood.
Has anything happened to the body as the apple got cut into?
Nothing has changed.
I'm going to.
And the body is also not human. This is not dragonborn blood. This is human blood.
Are there more fruit in the basket?
Yeah, they just had the one apple.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Mending on the frickin' weird apple.
No! No! This is cool! We can see its
What's your
insides.
goal with this mending spells? I don't think that's exactly what the spell is intending, but I will give you flavor as if you give me a in-game explanation of your goal of casting the spell.
Mending wouldn't
Yeah.
work anyways, though, because it's technically supposed to work on objects, and the way you described it, this is technically now a living being.
I'm keeping it. This is my new pet.
You know what? That's actually true. If you have Cure Light Wounds, I'd give it to you.
Yeah, sure. I'll cast Cure Light Wounds.
No!
As you go to cast Mending, you just try to cast it on it. You have the realization that Liam had just mentioned. And as you instead, we even change the spell to a Cure Light Wounds, as the cut heals itself over as the apple skin returns to its bright red, beautiful, deceitful skin with the beating, flowing blood from beneath. And with that mysterious and somewhat creepy ending to this episode, so where are we going to leave it off for this session? The Ede now will discover the rift that hides within Eastern Erast. This mysterious, dark, goblin-like creature that has been cutting rifts into the plane of the Everdark. Tune in next time, whenever that is. I'm just kidding. I'm just making fun of our upload schedule because, that's what I do. We're gonna award. This is gonna be weird. We're going to award 3 inspiration points because a few of us were backing up the first part of this episode, and now we're all here in the second part. So from what we can remember, who deserves inspiration points from this 2-parter episode? We'll start off with Owen, because I feel like you've said, you're like the solo Sokoa of the Boundless Shores. You say one line and then hit a flurry of blows, and then that's it. A flurry of blows is your Simone Spike, by the way, Owen.
I think for this one, it's gonna be Yonatan.
And then what about for the first part, because you were there?
I'm gonna say Alistair for the first part.
Alright. We'll go with Yonatan. You're next.
I'm gonna vote, not counting myself, not voting for myself, because that'd be idiotic.
You're not allowed to vote for yourself.
Yeah, I'll vote, Beckett, Alistair, and Yonatan to get inspiration points.
You can't vote for yourself. I just said that.
Beckett...
You're Yonatan, dumbass.
Beckett, yeah, I'll vote, Beckett, Alistair, and, Calduin to get the 3 inspiration points.
What about you, Liam?
Well, I wasn't here for the half, so I gotta do the second one, but, I gotta give mine to Yonatan for bluffing our way into this situation.
What about you, Bicot?
It got.
Bicot?
Um, I'm gonna do Tobin for the last or the half episode that we did. It's the first part. For this part, I'm gonna do Yonatan for bluffing our way into this, and then Calduin for role playing.
Fair enough. So I think the 3 inspiration points awarded are going to go to Alistair for episode 1. Callie is gonna get an inspiration point.
Does that mean Callie's
Being
coming to next
awesome.
episode?
Yeah, does that mean Callie's coming next episode?
Please?
Hello.
I didn't
I
hear
Peer
no.
pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure.
I asked nicely,
Peer pressure.
Callie.
I didn't hear no.
Please?
So
I'll get her to guest star one day.
Yay!
And then I think so Alistair and I think Calduin and I think Yonatan are gonna get inspiration points.
Woo.
Oh yeah.
And Yonatan, your inspiration point comes with a stipulation.
Oh.
That mysterious character you have met
Mm-hmm.
keep an eye out.
Oh.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you the next time we record. And with that, Nate, you have something to say.
Have a great time.
peace.